I've always been something of a people pleaser. I like to be liked. I like having a friend to see after school, have lunch with, and I like to make other people happy. Growing up, I was an only child, and I was gregarious. I had a lot of friends at school, in the neighborhood. Making friends was easy for me. But that changed a little bit when I got to high school. I went to a very fancy private school called St. Stephen's. Oh. People know of it. Well, my family was not rich. We were there on financial aid. And I quickly learned going to school there that there was a bit of a divide between the financial aid kids and the rich kids. And you didn't really interact with or make friends outside of your social class. Now, St. Stephen's had a theater program, and I always wanted to be involved. I was very interested in acting, but the program was expensive, so my family couldn't afford to put me in. Every year, the kids in that program would put on a big school play. But my senior year, they changed the rules a little bit to allow kids outside the theater program, the entire school, to audition for that school play. Now, the play we were putting on that year was called The Matchmaker. If you've seen Hello, Dolly, the musical with Barbara Streisand, that was based on this play. It was 4 acts, 2.5 hours. We're talking something Shakespearean in magnitude here. And so I auditioned, and I got in. And I got the male lead in the play. I was so excited to get in and to get such a big role. Now, we would rehearse every day for 2 hours after school. This was like having a part-time job. And I really wanted to do a good job, prove what a good actor I was. But even more than that, I wanted to get the other kids in the cast to like me. And most of these kids were from that theater program, which meant that they were rich and not people I would have interacted with normally. Unfortunately, I quickly learned that these kids had no interest in being friends with me. I would walk into a room and the whole room would go silent. I brought snacks and they went forlorn and uneaten. It was obvious that these kids had felt I had stolen the role from them somehow, that they deserved it because they had been in the program for so long. And lest you think I am projecting, I did have people say that to me directly. Now, this play was a romantic comedy, and my character was supposed to be falling in love with the female lead. Now, the girl playing this part, she wasn't a great lover of humanity. Even the other rich kids in the cast did not like her. We would do scenes where we would be joking and flirting with each other, and the director would yell, "Cut," and we would break away in disgust. Because in reality, we both hated each other. We had one scene where our characters were waltzing, like slow dancing, and as we're doing this, she is whispering to me the whole time, "You're not a good actor. You're gonna forget your lines. You don't belong here." And it made me feel terrible. There was nothing really that I could do because I was acting on stage in front of other people, none of whom could hear the things she was saying to me. This was an exhausting experience. I would come home every day after school just totally tired and demoralized. But I persevered. We went through all the rehearsals and the dress rehearsals, and finally we made it to opening night. We were putting on the show in front of the entire school. We went through Act 1, Act 2. During Act 3, my character was arguing with the female lead. And this was cathartic for me because there was nothing I wanted more than to yell at this girl. And I'll never forget, my line was, "What's your point?" Now that is a question, and it obviously demands an answer. And when I said that cue, I saw the most wide-eyed, deer in the headlights look from this girl. And in that moment, I knew she did not remember her lines. Whole new vistas of opportunity open to me. It was like I had been fighting a war and had been losing for months. And finally, I had the chance to go on the attack. And I really did. I had the devil and angel on your shoulders moment. I could just let her forget her lines and make a fool of herself in front of the entire school. Now, that would be pretty satisfying. Or I could save her and help her out. So I decided to do the right thing, and I saved her and I helped her out. And we improvised. This is my first time doing improv. And we got through that scene and the rest of the show, and it was a big success. And unlike every other decision I had made during this show, during the rehearsals, I didn't do that because I wanted people to like me. Because the other kids in the cast hated her too. I did it because I wanted to feel good about myself. And I had hoped that me doing well, the play being a success, would lead these kids to like me. But this was real life, not a movie. The truth was, they still didn't. I mean, my friends from before, the other kids who already knew me, they liked the show. They were impressed by my performance. But I could never break in with that theater crowd. And it was a hard lesson for me at a young age that sometimes people are just not going to like me, and there's nothing I can do to change their mind. And I learned that I can't always make other people happy, but I can always make myself happy.